next hour's class is recruitment. When we say recruitment, we're talking about the idea of making a contact with someone who will potentially become an enrollment. And this next hour, we're going to talk about driving leads. Most of us define a lead as a name and number and or email. So name and number and or email, that's somebody that you can work with, that they say, hey, I might at some point, potentially, if I like you and you don't smell bad, do them their martial arts. Right? And then you're like, yes, I might potentially like to have you as a student. So, Senior Master is going to start us off. He's going to do some overview. I'm going to give you a tool. Chief Master Schreiber is going to give you a tool. Let's welcome Senior Master.
Yesterday we were talking about, or at the end of the class we were talking about our business. We can summarize our business on 3 R's. Recruitment, revenue, and retention. Good. I yesterday give you a personal story about how Grandmaster Osuna motivate us to open schools and start teaching. And that was a positive story. Now I have a negative one, in order to make sure that I complete both sides about recruitment. One guy in North Carolina bought a school from another colleague. That school has 15 students, and then he was very excited. He moved his family to that new town, and then he called me to contact with ATA and do the licensing and everything. And he told me, okay, what is your advice? I have 15 students, 15. What is your advice? And then I go, out of those 3 R, guess which one was the R that he was needed?
Recruitment.
Recruitment. And I gave him a 45-minute class through the phone about recruitment. And at the end, he said, okay, I got this, but what else I have to do? And I go, there is nothing else. You cannot focus on revenue with 15 students because that retention, don't worry about it. Even if they leave, those 15, it won't make a big difference in your whole career, your whole business. So just be a master on recruitment.
Yes, sir.
Oh, everyone is telling me the same thing. I thought that because you have a lot of experience, I thought that you're going to say something special. Okay, it's the same thing. Everyone is talking about the same thing. 2 months later, he gave the key to the guy that sold the school to him. He gave the key back. And he lost all the money that he paid for the school. And the reason, because he didn't have the courage. In Spanish we use another word that starts with C, that is not courage. Okay? To go and get new clients. Because actually there is no secret. The whole industry, any business, have to do the same thing. You need to recruit clients, you need to generate revenue, and then of course you can maximize those revenue and so on and so forth. And then you have to retain your clients as long as possible. Look, if we consider ourselves clients to ATA, some of you were paying a license fee or testing fee or whatever for what, 20 years? Who's paying ATA for 10 years? Raise your hand. Good. 20. 30. 40. 50. Wow, look at that. This person, he doesn't study history, he's the history. Yes. Of the ATA. So it looks like the ATA is doing something really good for us. We are paying for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to ATA. So recruitment is number 1, and you have to decide it's a life or death situation, because your business is going to die if you don't do things, if you don't take action on a daily basis. It's going to die. Okay? That's why it's so important. All the others, you have 2 options. You can have just a few students and make little money and don't give opportunity to nobody else. And your juniors are going to go with somebody else. or your juniors are going to go to another business because they didn't see any opportunity. And the worst part, if they go to somebody else and they open school in another city, in another state, that's going to be a good situation. That's going to be amazing. The worst scenario, they say, no, my instructor doesn't make money on this, I don't want to be part of this business because nobody's making money on this. Okay? So all the outcome, if we don't focus on recruitment, are negative. All of them. And we need to face it. It's like, I am sick, but I don't want to face it. No, face it. Go. Fix it. Go to the doctor. Go to the proper treatment. Go to medicine. Go. Do something. So that's why recruitment is critical. But it's hard, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
It is hard. Okay? So I need to focus on attack that problem. Yesterday we say that recruitment we can get students from 4 different avenues. If there is a 5th one, please let me know because I just find 4 different avenues how to get students from. Number 1 is indoor activities. Everything that you can do inside of the school, and there is a big list. You can have different ways to how to attack the indoors activities. You can do 1 indoor activity per week, 1 per month, 1 for adults, 1 for kids. And make sure that you announce at the end of the class your class plan is supposed to have. We're going to talk on, when we discuss retention, that is another R, we're going to talk about class planner. Part of your class planner at the end should be to announce, to promote every single indoor or outdoor activity that you have. Why? Because there are 3 groups of people that can pull students to my school. 1 is myself, instructors, the staff members. Okay, we are a small army that we can bring students. Next group is the school owner. The school owner have to do their homework. We need to have a website, digital marketing company. We need to have a nice building if it's possible, visible. We need to have a sign outside. The owner have to do their job. And then I have my students and the parents. Even we can talk about 3 groups or 4 groups. The owner, the staff, the students, and the parents. And I need to have a strategy to make sure that every single army is working. And we are working together. And we are rowing in the same direction like as Senior Master Lee said before. So, recruitment is something that we need to focus how the owner is attacking this problem, what the staff is doing it. It needs to be part of our even class planner because we are going to have a section at the end of each class to promote, to make my students help me with this. And the way, of course, that they help me is not like a begging them, please bring your friend. It needs to be something that is likable. It needs to be something that is likable for parents. And that is the way that we're going to use all the forces available. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
4 avenues. Number 1 is indoor activities. Number 2, outdoor activities. Outdoor activity take less or more social courage. More social. Does anybody has social courage?
Sure.
Does anybody has social courage?
Sure.
Not everybody.
Everybody? Sorry, everybody?
Not everybody.
Not everybody. Okay. We need to find out those people. But it doesn't mean that if you don't have social courage, you cannot work on it. Maybe you have someone on the phone setting up show and tells on the private and public school system. And maybe that person doesn't have social courage, but they are really good sending emails, contacting the PTA, PTO of the schools. But if you are going to a festival, that is one of the subjects that we're going to touch. Master, wait a minute, I'm sorry. At what time we're going to switch to the next? I want to make sure that I don't pass. Now?
Your time is up, sir.
5 minutes ago?
5 minutes ago.
Okay. Sorry.
You're like, oh, I just need 2 minutes. Okay.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
It's okay.
It was a little late. Okay, and we can send those people to the people that have social courage to go to the special recruitment outside. We need to work, and what is the 3rd avenue? Digital marketing, and the 4th one? Good. And now we have 2 experts that are gonna go deep and some of those strategies. So let's receive with a round of applause our next guest.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't get the time.
Well, you know, you get going. So it's interesting, a study, those of you who are going to study with us all week, how our styles are different. Because Senior Master Styles is more, he doesn't do a lot of papers, not a lot of, hey, give this tool, use this thing. It's very passionate. It's very, that when he delivers, what you're getting is you're getting authentically him, his story, exactly what he did. And I kind of lost track of time when you were like, and I'm like, well, I want to know the 4 strategies. I had to go to a meeting upstairs. What are the 4 strategies? So, yes, so he's absolutely correct. There are 4 places that your recruits can come from, and that all comes together at the beginning of the month. Actually, it should be 10 days before the beginning of the month. You're thinking about the next month, and it comes on your trial planner. Where are my trials going to come from? And those are the decisions you make 10 days before. Then in the month, you're going to execute. Now, let's talk about execution. So what I'm going to cover, we're covering that external marketing difficult piece. And we're going to give you 2 actual tools you can take out of the box and use on Monday. My job is I'm going to cover VIP. Who's ever heard of VIP? Who likes it? Who's like, oh man, I want to go VIP. Oh, you do. You do like VIP. How often do you go VIP?
It's been a while, so.
Well, you don't like it that much. Because if you like something, you possibly can. And VIP is available to you every single day.
Every second.
Yeah, every single possible day. Now, most people don't like it. And let me tell you why. It's how we learn. If you turn on page 2, there's the original VIP script. Most of us learned this in mass training. And I'm big on, you have to give credit where credit is due. Most of us, I learned the VIP from Fred Mertens through humiliation and browbeating. And I thought for the first of implementing mass training in the early 2000s, for about 5 years, I thought VIP was this. You had a clipboard. Imagine this is Walmart. And you stand in front of the Walmart and you wait for a mom. Who's a mom? Yeah, you look like a mom. Come on out here. Yeah, you wait for a mom. Yeah, no, it wasn't a request. And with a kid. You look like a kid. Come on up here.
He's about the same age as my kid.
Well, there you go. Good. And so you wait for a mom and you wait for a kid, and they're walking into Walmart. And then you stand in front of, you stop, you're in your full uniform with your cook, and you go, hello, my name's Mike Wigman. I help run the ATA Black Belt Academy here in the mall. And you are? Rose, it's nice to meet you. And what's your name, buddy? Michael Myers. It's less nice to meet you. The reason I stopped you today is to invite you to take advantage of this free 30-day VIP pass so you can find out if martial arts is right for you and your family. Isn't that great? So you see the problem. Problem number 1, now I delivered it in the most scripted-y manner I could, so I made it seem unpersonal, and when you first learn, it kind of comes out like that. Number 2, I felt like I was interrupting them and I was stopping them, and that was a common complaint of my staff when they VIP. Number 3, most people wouldn't have engaged me that long. They would have said, they'd walk by. Then, after enough people went into the Walmart and walked by me, what would then happen? The manager of the Walmart would come out, what the heck are you, get out of here! This is the 27th time I've told you to get out of my Walmart. And that's what we thought VIPing was. Doesn't work.
No.
No, you're wrong. Absolutely it works.
Yes, it does.
But it's so painful that way. And so, thank you. So we realized I realized that my staff hated that part of the job. They hated coming to work, and if they didn't, we had a standard to get 6 leads a day. Senior Master taught you that yesterday. We had that standard as well, but this was the only tool we had. There was no digital marketing, and there was no online marketing in 2003. I mean, maybe there was, but it was a website. But your website was more, you didn't drive things there. It just kind of was like, oh, and go to my website and learn more about me. And it was so totally different then. A lot of people were still on like dial-up back then. So when you think about it, it was totally different. And if they didn't get 6, they felt like a failure. So we had to change the rules of the road. And what we came up with was what I call the VIP Simplified or 3-line VIP. And it's very conversational. And it's very situational. And so my staff that are hunters, did you talk about hunters and farmers yesterday?
Yes,
sir.
My staff that are hunters, they'll actually go out and do this. Like they'll take some cards and they'll set a goal to do 3, 5 cards a day. And notice I say cards, not leads. And the first defining change that changed it mentally for them was give out 3 cards. It wasn't stay out until you get 6 leads. Oh, but it's dark outside and it's cold, sir. I don't care. Do you have 6 leads? Well, I've got 4. Well, I guess you're going back out, right? And that was how we were trained. So we changed it. Give out 3 cards. Give out 5 cards. You give out the cards, you're done. Well, how many leads do you have to get? Well, sometimes you get some leads and sometimes you don't from that. It's not our only avenue now. My farmers learned to do this because when you're in your town and you're headed to your school, do you wear your taekwondo stuff around town, or do you wear like normal people clothes? I would change that. If I'm on the way, because I wear my brand. When if I don't want to be on, then I have something else that I wear. But if I'm headed to a school, or I'm working around my schools, or I'm in the town of my schools, or I want to go to the Starbucks across the street from my school, why would I not have a Vision Martial Arts shirt, Vision Martial Arts pants, Vision Martial Arts jacket, or I'm not afraid to go in Starbucks in my uniform. It's my job. And if you do that, sometimes someone will look at you and go, ATA martial, hey, do you do them there martial arts? And that creates a conversation. And then they know what to say. So if you look at this, we're going to role play it a little bit. The first line is, hi, my name is, and I teach kids karate right here in blank. Now, that line, every bit of this 3-line script has NLP buried in it, neuro-linguistic programming. Here's what you must do. First of all, if you're in Starbucks, when you go to Starbucks, you go to Starbucks?
Yes, sir.
And you're at the front, and they say, oh, and what's your name, sir?
Andre.
Okay, he says Andre because you're a normal human being. You don't go to Starbucks across the street and say, I'm Master Van Tonder. Yeah, and they're going to be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? And it's so well a person that you meet in the street normally. You don't say that. Say, hi, my name's Andre. When I meet someone for the first time, they say, hey, do you do this martial arts? I go, yeah. Hi, my name's Mike. I teach kids karate right here in Cary. Now, why do I say kids karate? Why kids? Does anyone know?
Because they're more,
What?
because they're more likely to sign up.
Who's more likely to sign up?
Kids, they're more likely to.
Because they're rich?
I
I think kids and adults are interested in martial arts, but the reason I say kids karate is this. Is people, our prime market is kids and families. So I know you were getting there, and I know that, so that was right. But when you meet someone on the airplane and you say, well, oh, hey, what do you do? And they go, well, I'm a teacher. What's your very next question? Which usually, what grade do you teach? And they say, kindergarten. What's the very next thing you say? Ah! And you automatically assume they're a good person. If they say, well, I teach 11th grade history, you go, whoa, what the hell's wrong with you? Why would you do that to yourself, right? So it's first name, not last name and title. You train them on that when they get into school. The language of business today is first names. You go to the bank to get a loan. Hey, I'm Bill. Nice to meet you, Bill. I'm Mike. What's your project, Mike? And then you start talking. In the 70s and 60s, it was, I'm Mr. Lewis. Hi, Mr. Lewis. I'm here to talk about a loan. But things have shifted. Number 2, you teach kids karate and tell them your city. And it's karate, not Songam Taekwondo. No one knows or cares. And notice I said karate, not karate. Karate. Karate is synonymous with martial arts in the United States. So that's why I say that. Okay, so everybody say that back to me. Say, hi, my name's, and say your name. In case you haven't heard, we have new classes starting all this week. Everyone say that. Okay, in case you haven't heard, there's a presupposition within this statement. And the presupposition is that everybody knows. Do you like it when everyone knows something and you don't?
Not at all, sir.
No! So it makes you what? Want to know. So in case you haven't heard, we have new classes starting all this week. Then you hand them the card. Here's my card. Give me a call for more information. Here's my card. Give me a call for more information. Now, what do most of them say?
Thanks.
Thanks. Now what that means is you're dealing with a polite, well-adjusted individual in society that's not really that interested. But in the old days, doing that VIP in front of the Walmart, I got a lot of, we don't want any of that. Did you get any of that doing the old school VIP? I never have gotten that doing this. And we've been doing this for about 15 years. I've never had them. I've never gone through my whole introduction and offered someone a card and had them go, no!
Well,
Yeah, he's cool. I like that. All right, so it takes the no away. And the no is so much softer. Most people are going to take the card. Now, here's what's happened. Because we have data, 15 years of data. Sometimes they go, oh, thanks. And their kid had trouble on the school bus that day. But they have their card. And they call. Sometimes they do this. And they go, oh, kids cry. Do you teach adults? Oh, when's your classes? Oh, where's your school? You said your school's in Cary. Where's your school? Oh, how old does my kid need to be? If that happens, they're actually interested. And they're granting you permission to say the next piece, which is, that's a great question. So we train our juniors, if you've taken my internship class, we train they're all trained in this. And so they don't know the whole schedule. They don't know the prices. They don't know the this, the that, and the other. They're 14, 15 years old. So they say, that's a great question. If I can get all the information, okay? And then the person usually goes, okay? And they get the name and number. The success is in giving the card, not the name and number. What do we want? We want the name and number. But the success for your staff. So if something's not working on a high level in your school, if something's not working, change the rules. Change the definition of success. Do you like to lose and fail? No. When we all talk about failing forward, and yes, we learn from it, and it's part of life, and it's unavoidable, but do you like it? No. Well, your juniors don't like it either. change the rules to success. So I would like you to role play. I want to spend just two solid minutes, because you've got this now. You've got this tool. It's not a 20-page script I'm asking you to memorize. It's 3 lines. But trust me, if you train your staff to do this, because they're going to Starbucks in their uniform, they're stopping to get gas in their uniform, they're going to the Kroger after class to buy food in their uniform. If you train your staff and black belts and legacy members to do this, and you give them some cards, I would give them some cards with their name on it. Cards are really, really cheap. Go to Vistaprint. Give them some cards with their name on it and put a VIP attached to it. By the way, our VIP now is 3 group lessons and a private consultation to get started. It's not 30 days for free, but it's whatever you want to give. But it's an invite. Make sense? So get a partner, get someone that you're going to work with, and I want you to role play. Hi, my name's Todd. I teach kids karate right here in Cary. In case you haven't heard, the new class is starting all this week. Here's my card. Give me a call for more information. Yes?
We are really trained not to wear our belts in public.
That's an interesting philosophy.
I mean, it's existed for years, and I still have, I passed it on. Don't wear, you can wear your uniform home, but take off your belt in case you're stopping at the store.
Giving you permission to do so. There was a book, what you're talking about is yes, there was a book produced in 1986. If you have the original copy like I do, it has kind of a tan cover, and I mean, if you look through it, Master Chung's in there. Was Alabama? Was he Alabama?
I think so.
I mean, there's some old school stuff in that book. But it was the first time I can recall it being produced. It was produced that year. It was in this book, and it said to be respectful. Always, never wear your belt. It seems like you're bragging.
Yes.
Yeah, trust me.
Exactly what we were talking about.
How in the heck is someone going to know that you do martial arts if you don't wear your full uniform? So, it's an old concept. If you like it and you're attached to it, do that. But I'm giving you permission to wear your belt. And you're not I don't think you're a braggadocious type of person. I really, really don't. And I don't think that you're going to disrespect Grandmaster or Eternal Grandmaster or the Spirit of Sangha by wearing your belt in public. Because when you go to the town festival, you will do better if you're in your uniform and not blacks. You can do it in blacks. You're socially less confident people. Well, oh, can I just wear my polo, sir? Wear your full uniform. Trust me. And when it's winter, my team, I send them out in the black creative uniform, and they have a black coat. It's upstairs. And it's kind of one of those all-weather coats, and they can put it on over if they're freezing. And trust me, wear your full suit. Best advice.
Yes.
But it's just advice. You have to be the master of your own situation. Okay, role play. You have 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Get a partner, quick. Stand up.
Yes, absolutely.
Back and forth.
Come on over.
1 minute. Don't worry, no pressure, because you get to be the potential student. He will be the instructor. Now, let's segue in this. Here's the scene. They're at Starbucks. You see him. He's looking great in his ATA jacket, and you're going to go up and say, "Hey, do you do them there martial art?" Remember, it's got to be that's the
Them there.
It's Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
All right, ready and action. Hey, do you do?
Then they're martial arts. Oh yes, we do. We do. We teach Taekwondo just down the road from here.
We're doing so well. Who the heck are you? Who are you? All right, ready. We're gonna take 2. Nobody's perfect the first time, and
Action.
action.
Hey, do you do then they're martial arts? Yes, I'm Andre. Nice to meet you. I teach just down the road from here. You interested?
Potentially.
No, he's doing good.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah, I have little Timmy. Oh, little Timmy. This one. Cards, like, you got perfect timing. We start new classes this week.
Excellent.
I can set up you for an appointment right now if you...
Okay, so he's going straight for the appointment, which I love, and he should. You know why? Because he knows his schedule. I should have picked somebody who doesn't know their schedule. But he knows the schedule, and he's working the frame, and he's not afraid to talk to people. And that was today's lesson. Look, I'm telling you, this will pay buckets to position your people, even if you never send them out destination VIPing, to be able to convert a, hey, you do martial arts, into a lead. Because if you don't, they go, yeah, really? I've always wanted to do martial arts. Yeah, I do song taekwondo, and we do this, and I'm on a demo team, and we compete, and I was a state champ, and they're just gonna have diarrhea of the mouth. And in the end, the person will be full, but you'll have no lead. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to a festival.
Yay!
Woo!
Your treat?
How many of you do social media marketing, digital advertising, all of you, right?
Sir.
So,
How many of you stopped doing anything else once you started doing that? Right? Until it stopped working as well, right? And the reality is it's not working as well because there's so many people doing it now. And Real Pro, the best in the business, Chris Rodriguez will tell you you can't just do this, you have to do other things too, right? When I got to England and opened my school there, there's summer festivals constantly. Like every village has festivals, and so we have a lot of opportunities for this. And what we found the first year we did is they would put my martial arts school booth right next to all of my competitors' booths. So there'd be like 3 or 4 martial arts right next to each other. And we would go in with the method I'm going to show you right now. And then the other booths, what they did is they would put like a Wave Master out there, like one of those Bob dummies, or something cool that kids would want to do. And then they'd let kids gather around and punch and kick it, and then walk away. And maybe they'd hand them a flyer before they walked away. And so they'd have this great day with crowds of kids all around them. They feel really cool. And at the end of it, they'd have no leads and no appointments. And we did what I'm going to show you. And by the end of it, we would have 50 appointments scheduled. And I thought, okay, well, these guys are watching me. So next week, when we go to this other festival, they're going to do what I do. No, next week, they got Bob out there, and they're handing out a couple flyers, and it's the same. And we just sweep up all the leads. And it's not magic, what I'm going to show you. It's just that you have to have a very basic system with a very specific goal. And we'll talk about that. But when I say festivals, I mean any kind of community event. So in England, it's summer festivals. You may have those in your communities as well. Here, 4th of July parade, you can set up a stall after the parade where people are going to be gathering. You know what National Night Out is?
yep, sir.
Yeah, most communities have those sponsored by law enforcement, so you can get booths set up there. Back to school fairs, trunk retreats at Halloween, any of these things where you can have a presence. So when I said you have to have a goal in mind, Master Wegman was saying when you're VIPing, the goal is hand out a card, and that creates an easy win. But even better, if a person shows interest, what's the goal?
Give your contact info.
Get their contact info. And then even better than that, what do you think would be the next goal if you have someone like Master Montandra who knows the schedule?
Set an appointment.
Book an appointment, right? When the first time I opened a school, commercial school, I had run college club. But when I first opened commercial school in 1997, we went out with like hundreds of flyers. We went to the strip mall and put flyers under every windshield. Did that for a few days. We got a single lead. Yeah, it was a waste of time. And so, for me, the hierarchy of priorities, number 1, we want to open and get this festival. Number 2, if we can't do that, we want to at least get the contact information. And if we can't do that, then at least we want to provide them an So this is what it looks like when we do it. And she back away with just saying wear a uniform if possible. This is my program director, Lisa. She's not a martial artist, and she's never done any martial arts. She's just really competent, so I hired her. She does great. And so she doesn't do martial arts, but she teaches all the one-on-one intros for my new students when they come in now. And she enrolls them and upgrades them into the leadership program. And she did a few festivals with me when I first hired her, and then as the summer went on, there would be festivals where I'm like, I can't be there, I gotta go to Worlds or whatever, and she's just like, I'll go. And she'd go and set up, and she'd come back with 50 appointments with no martial arts experience and no uniform. Okay.
If she looks like that, she doesn't have to read.
So there's the banner, break the board, win free lessons. Here's the process. You have to greet the person and get them over there. And so you have the parent walking by with the kid. They're at the festival because they're interested in stuff, so they're looking around, you're going to catch their eye. And so then you just greet them and say, hey, you have a broken board? Come on over, I'll show you how. Right? By the way, it's not, do you want to break a board? Right? Why not? Because it's a choice. Right? And you know it's a sales technique, but if you ask a question, any possible answer has to be yes. Right? So if you ask a yes or no question, do you want to break a board, you're inviting a no. So instead I just say, have you ever broken a board? Come on over, I'll show you how. Okay, yeah, there's a possibility the answer is no, but it's not no, I don't want to break a board. It's no, I've never broken a board. I'd like to learn. Okay? So that's the greeting and the invitation. Then you just give them a lesson. You know, we always do palm heel strikes because it's easy and it doesn't cause any risk of hurting yourself, and you can teach it to anyone really quickly. But this is your chance to demonstrate your teaching skills a little bit for the parents. So even before they've ever come into your school, they get to see how you can build rapport with their kid and how you can instruct their kid and get their kid doing something that 2 minutes ago they couldn't have even thought they could do. Right? So very quick palm heel strike lesson, and then you get your board. We use rebreakable boards for this because we do so many of them during the summer, and it's super exciting for a kid even to break a white rebreakable board, right? The nice thing about that is if they smash it easy, then you go, okay, that was too easy for you, let's do yellow. You just work your way up. But you get them to break a board, and then you need them to spin the wheel. And again, we don't say, oh, you broke a board, would you like to spin the wheel? No, we say, oh, you broke a board, great job, come on over here, spin the wheel, let's see what you win. So we're not giving them a yes or no, all right? On the wheel, we just have lots of variations on some number of free lessons, okay? A free week, 2 free weeks, 4 free classes, something like that. It doesn't really matter, because in the end, we're going to enroll them directly into our foundations program, regardless of what they want. I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? And then, once they've spun the wheel, oh good, you won 2 weeks of free lessons, let's book your first class. And then we go over to the parent and book the first class. Make sense? Pretty easy. For the appointments, when I first started doing this in England and didn't realize what kind of volume we were going to be doing, we would book individual appointments for everybody. And then we would have 50 appointments after every festival, and we ended up doing hundreds of appointments over the course of the summer, which is a lot when we were doing one-on-one introductory lessons. And because I was new to England and I wasn't sure how receptive people were going to be to American styles of marketing programs, I was much more cautious than I was when I was in California running a school. In California, my foundations program was 12 months. We'd enroll people straight into it with no trials at all. So in England, I was doing 6 months foundations, and I would start with a trial. And so I'd have 200 appointments, and then every one of them would go into a trial program, and then that meant that a couple weeks later, we had to have a progress check and enroll them in our foundations program, and it was just way too much. So now we do it as a group intro. If I have a festival on Saturday, we'll schedule a group intro the following Friday when we finish our classes for the night. And when we're booking the appointment here, we just invite everyone, oh, we're doing a special class just for people from this festival, Friday at 5 o'clock, will that work for you? And if it won't, then we book a one-on-one introductory lesson for a time that's convenient for them. But our goal is to get as many people as possible into the group intro so that we can be a little more efficient on how we enroll people, okay? So individual intro is the backup if they can't do that. And then when they come into the intro, we enroll them. And you can do a whole separate seminar on how to do a group enrollment. But obviously the important thing is that they have to have a reason to enroll when they come in for that seminar. Okay? And the thing to keep in mind about this is when someone calls your school and says, I'm looking for martial arts for my kids, they've already decided that they are looking for something to enroll in. When you approach someone at a festival who went to that festival because of all the other stuff that was happening there, they might not have even been thinking about martial arts when they arrived. Then they spin the wheel, they win something, so okay, I guess I'll show up. They're still not really in the mindset of enrolling in martial arts programs. You have to give them a reason to do it, which means some kind of urgent offer. And you know, the way I structure offers, I don't like to give an offer that has a long-term effect on the revenue that's coming from the students. I don't reduce the monthly tuition over time. The discount is at the beginning. So if you do an enrollment fee or a down payment or anything, discount the down payment, or do the first month free. But once you get past that, they're paying the same thing everyone else will be paying for that foundations program. So the revenue is pretty stable. Okay, but you create some urgency. Don't bait and switch. So what I mean by this, remember I said they spin the wheel, they win some number of lessons, but I don't really care what they're winning because we're going to get them to enroll in the foundations program. We do give them the option to take advantage of whatever they want, because you don't want them to be like, oh, you told me I got 2 free weeks, and now you're telling me I have to enroll in a 12-month foundations program, right? So our pitch at the group intro is, now I know you all won some number of free lessons when you came to the festival last week. You're welcome to take advantage of that if you want to, but I want to let you know we put together a special offer just for people from that festival, which will save you a lot more money. And after we do this introductory lesson for you and your kids, I'll tell you all about that. You can decide if you want to do that or not. If you don't want to, you're welcome to stick with the free offer that you have. Okay, if they stick with the free offer, we just schedule a progress check before that free time ends so that we can enroll them. But almost everybody goes for the foundations enrollment because I created urgency by giving them such a good deal that they didn't want to say no to it. Okay, it's a lot more value than the free classes that they want. Yes, sir?
For the free class, what we do is we set up an intro, we sign them up, we get them a uniform. These special lessons, they just have their street clothes on, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when they all come into that mass intro, they're just doing their street clothes.
Yes.
And then part of the deal will be, when I say we create a special offer for you, there will be some discount, but we'll also give you the kids uniform. And so the idea would be you earn your white belt today when you enroll.
Yes, sir.
But you can do that out of
Yes, sir.
This is just one approach. But I think the important thing is just give them some reason that they need to.
Go ahead, sir. Oh, that was awesome. Good job. All right, let's come over to the wheel. Let's see what you won. Go ahead, spin the wheel.
Amazon! Or you can quit everything because you get Amazon.
$500.
You have the whole business now.
Amazon kids got it too.
So now you won Amazon. What do you do next?
You would start booking their appointment.
All right, here's parent. What do you say?
So as to what time would work for you, right?
Okay. For what?
For their free appointment, whatever they want on the list.
Yeah, so you have to get the transition from, okay, my kid just won a free lesson, to now I have to make a decision, right?
What's free lesson?
So, I'm sorry?
I don't think it's free lesson. I'm pretty sure that's
It's all free lessons.
All free lessons.
It's all free
Oh,
lessons.
okay. The whole thing.
Just pretend it's free.
Okay. Yeah, so then, you won, all right, great job, you won 4 free lessons, awesome. So let's book his first lesson. All right, that's the transition. Let's book his first lesson, okay? And then again, if I'm doing a group intro, I'll say we have a special class on Friday for just people from this festival, 5 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Again, if I can just get your name and information, we'll send you a confirmation, blah, 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 and then you can do all that, okay? If it doesn't work, no problem. We'd be happy to do a one-on-one introductory lesson just for your child. Here are some times that work for us next week. What's best for you? Okay? All right? Good. All right. Thank you, sir. Very good. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Not a question, sir, but just something that I did at the Harvest Festival. I invited all my kids, not everybody showed up, to come with a uniform to the event. And if they come and show me that they're wearing their uniform, they can break a wheel award.
Your kids?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have something that'll draw people's initial attention. We'll often bring our demo team to these festivals and let them do a performance and then invite the audience to come on up and break the board. But the reality is what I've found over doing this in the last couple of years in England especially is it doesn't matter whether the demo team's there or not. We're going to get just as many people showing up just with the banner and the opportunity straight boards. So I do it mainly for my kids on the demo team to have a chance to perform, but it doesn't really improve my conversion rate at all. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Questions? Pastor Cabrera, tie it up for us.
Yes, sir. Good. Thank you, Pastor. I want to wrap it up with this. Yesterday we were talking about the why, the what, and the how. What do you think that this was all about? The why, the what or the how to do things.
This the how.
How to do things.
How. Good. I'm gonna focus on this last minute on why we all should do this strategy with testimonial, with real story. And our last meet. Do you guys have on your cities meet the teacher event?
Yes.
Like the open house, the first day back to school.
Yes, sir.
And one of our school by doing, and I saw the first time that I saw that was when Master Wayman, he recorded a video with one of his staff members how to do this, and I believe it's in 88.
It is. It's in the archives from Thrive.
From
It was
Thrive.
It was during COVID.
Good. I saw that was the first time that I saw it, and we started using last year on that meet of the teacher day or open house day. One of our schools signed up at the end of this strategy, signed up 36 new members in 1 month, in one school. I don't know for you, but for us it was like a wow. We were like a congratulations, 36 new members in 1 month just for this strategy. So it works. That is a big why you should do this, our staff should do this, because it really works. And the second one, I told you that we open a school in November 1st. We have a lot of adversities because we sign up on January 1st, and we have so many issues with construction, inspection, and everything. Just to give you one story, one of the inspectors opened the door and said, "Is that your restroom?" And I go, "Yeah, it is." "Oh, you forget to put the sign next to the door." And he goes, "Let me know when you do that and I will come back." And I go, wait, sir, why you don't tell me everything? I take notes and I fix it." "Oh, I don't have to even bother about that. Just let me know when you have that." And every time that we have a problem, the guy just show us that problem and he leave and we need to reschedule an inspection. So it was tough. But we opened the school in November 1st. And I have a guy that works in that school that is amazing. I trust him. And he told me, "Sir, my goal is to beat Master Wayman's school." That is my only goal in my whole life. Master Wayman has a very successful school, probably one of the biggest schools in 88, or the biggest school in 88, 500 students, or if it's not 500, it's super close to 500. 450. And my students has an obsession with that school. "I'm going to beat that school, I want to have better numbers." So we opened the school. And I was kind of like a monkey on his back. You say that you're going to beat Master Wayman students, let's see if you can support your words with action. And he told me, "Okay, what we need to do?" And look, during construction time, you're going to do just VIP. VIP, VIP, VIP. And actually, we were doing it on an old school way. Hey, and part of our training was like, "Hey, have you ever practiced martial art before?" We are open and we do the whole speech. But, like Master Wayman said, still working. And in our first month, but I was on top of this guy every single day, in the beginning of the day. "What are you doing? How many you get? Go for more." It was 7 p.m. and he told me I get just 5 VIP. And I said, "Look, you say that you're going to get 10 per day. So go get it." I was that type of guy. Our first month, he closed with, let me be super accurate, with 27 new members on his first month, November. And now by December 2nd, before I came here, so those 2 days, he has 12 new members. And I was bending his arm. Because he says, "I am not a digital marketing expert, I am not a social media expert." I know, you don't have to. You can do just this too. So that's why, that is the why we need to do this. And we need to put our people on the same page. And if it's not for us, because some of you are in different stage of your life, and you don't want to do it, and okay, but you can motivate somebody else to do it, and you can show them tools that are proof that works. So, thank you so much, and thank you to those chief masters.
Us and learn how to enroll. We have an enrollment seminar coming up next. Or, I think it's board breaking. Or something.
Board break.
So, I mean, if you got all the new members you need, support breaking? And, but we are going to take a 2-minute comfort break, run the switch or not, and we're going to go to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We get the ground right.